It's gone well. I enjoy helping the companies promote because I can't sound the way I want without the gear. So it's really important to me to be able to show people this equipment without any change in sound from being behind like a studio wall or glass or anything like that. It's just in the room with me, the actual way that I play, with why I choose those sounds, especially my hi-hats and those things. They can really hear the difference in the metal. They can really hear the difference in tone when I'm switching because of key signature changes in the music. This is the most pure form there is. And and I can play so much more relaxed, so much more fast, and just free. And so it's a nice change, I learn things from this that I take into the studio. I learn things from the studio that I take to this. I learn things from playing with the band that I take to the clinic and vice versa, and from students. And, they all help each other. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Musicality, no matter what, I don't care what anyone else says. It's relative, it's relativistic. It's a relativistic thing. It depends on what your brain, how you wired it. For example, if a brain is not privy to quickly played odd time signatures, it is going to dislike the experience and not realize that by them saying, "Oh, I dislike the music," is unbelievably, like, you shouldn't be allowed to say that. It's like, well, why can't I like what I don't like? Because you don't. It seems to me that everybody that educates themselves with whatever it is, all of a sudden you find it to be musical, and then within that realm you find things that you like more than what you don't like. But to compare, pianos to car tires,
yeah,
how? Why? I don't get it. But I understand it's a difference in the brain that's being trained and perceiving it. And so if you're not trained to, let's just say, perceive something that someone else thinks is, quote, technical, then you're not going to do it. Plus, what's technical? Music's not technical or not. Technical things are technical. Seriously, the mechanics behind it is the technical part, not what you're hearing.
Yeah.
What you're hearing is only it's all musical, whether you like it or not is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say all of it's musical, whether you like it or not. Scratch that. But no, seriously. But I don't know. This is my technical view on it because I'm a teacher and I like to look at information and help people. I say, don't listen to this. People say this. They're taking terms that mean one thing and putting it into a sentence for their agenda that means something else. But don't listen because technical is technical.
Yeah.
Sound is sound. The technicalities are behind it, not in front of it. I don't know.
Yeah,
the whole thing is like.
We understand.
Well, I mean, it's like my coming to Greece was special because I was able to get together with George Colias, right?
Yeah.
So you can ask him what he got from us getting together.
Yeah,
I can't speak for him, okay?
We will.
So go ahead.
We're friends, actually.
We're friends with George.
Sit him down and see what he says. I'd be curious.
Yeah.
What I got out of it was the sharing, and I was looking for something, but I was clear too. My agenda, what's my agenda? My agenda was, let's have some fun, let's share, get together, but also I have some questions for you about things I do not do. For example, just sitting on his pedals. I mean, seriously, you can actually press these things. But what is so cool is without even saying anything, sitting down at his gear, knowing what he can do is in my mind as far as what it looks like, right? As far as what it looks like. Just pressing the pedals helped me learn where I was weak. So in and of itself, that was awesome, right? The sharing that someone lets you sit down on the gear. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to sit down on my Dream Theater set. Just sit on it. Ooh, I mean, the things that would happen would be wonderful. Yeah. Maybe we should do that in our time off and sell little tickets. just $1. Just give us something for paying for being set up. Just give us $1. Sit on the drum set for a minute and just feel it. Maybe something will come out. I don't know. Yeah. But also, he was able to demonstrate some things and explain what he was feeling. As a teacher, I think I know what to ask as a question.
Yeah, of course.
And it really helped me know that where I was thinking I should go to be able to try to do that a long time ago. My instincts were right. And all this thinking I was doing and moves and trying and all this YouTube and oh no, do it this way, do it that way, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And yet I sit there and I think, wait a minute though, but they're not, no one's as proficient as George. So I got to ask the guy. I got to ask him.
Yeah,
and it turns out it's the same thing he's feeling with the stroke. That's exactly what my body was telling me, but I didn't know enough to know that it was trying to look at me saying, listen to me, but I didn't listen. I tried the shortcuts. So any drummer hearing this would probably have a laugh, you know. I'm sure they've all, I knew that was how it, you know.
Yeah.
But now I gotta go do it.
Yeah.
Well, studio is by far the most difficult because I don't know how what I'm doing, the way I hear it, is gonna be translated in the end. That's the biggest issue. I don't know how I'm gonna be sounding in the end. I just don't. And so I'm creating based on what I hear. That dictates everything, you know. Plus, I know that I have to hit so much more perfectly, such that I have to sacrifice a lot of what I could just do today and just play my drums and hit them.
Yeah.
It's so much more difficult. It really, really is for
But
me.
you enjoy live playing, like by the energy of the people and the crowd, and I mean, there's a difference in energy-wise.
Well, I enjoy live playing, but it depends on what the situation is. I mean, if it's a Dream Theater thing, I enjoy it because of the immense amount of pressure that I just suffered in my inside, just to keep everything straight in line, just to uphold what everyone expects, you know, including me, and just to, I guess, try to get that perfect take. That's what I share with the guys in the band. That's why it's so cool. I can't even describe this to you, but when we leave the stage as a band, I mean, we literally discuss 5 little notes to happen. No matter who took a right or left turn when they shouldn't have, it doesn't matter. What matters is we try to figure it out. Like, what was that you? Did that happen? Then we talk through it and go, oh man, I'm sorry, all right. But the thing is, it's so cool because it's a sign of 5 guys being like this on the same page.
Yeah.
That's not common, okay?
No.
5 guys with so much, just in general, respect. You know, you have a respect for each other, you have a respect for your own instrument, you have a respect for what's right and wrong, or at least it's a group of people that sees the same things as the right and wrong. Right is, we can go play that perfect show.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. That's a ton of pressure. And I think that we're crazy in a way, or I know I am, but you know, it doesn't seem like it would be fun, but it is.
Yeah.
And from today, it's a different kind of thing where, yes, I have just an incredible amount of freedom and looseness and breath and space, but yet, you know, I'm going to play things that in more ways than one I can look back and say, ooh, I wish I didn't try that or do that. You know, so there's pluses and minuses.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I have tried to since joining the band, but I have so little energy left. I really do. It's, you know, there's so much. My concern is with my family and trying to work. It really is. It's life, but it takes up a lot of my heart and my thinking. It's important. That's what a job is for. A job is to take care of your family. The fact that when it's like a musician, that's an avocation to most people. When it's your vocation, the parameters change. It's not so much all the time about what you think and feel. I just want to play this way. Wait a minute. This is it's a job, so there's pressure on me like that.
Yeah.
I don't listen to music a lot to do that. I just want to get away from it a lot. But when I do, I enjoy it.
Cool.
What
You
kind
know,
of music do you listen to?
I've listened to everything from ultra speed metal to pure Indian music to pop music to the stuff that even my kids are listening to, dance stuff. I pay attention. It's not necessarily that I sit down with the intention of broadening my horizons. It's just that I pay attention, and if I'm on a flight or something, maybe I will listen to something just completely different. Maybe I'll just put on Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell or a Zeppelin record. You know, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how it helps. It helps me organize and discern things. You know, just in general, that background helps me step back a little bit away from everything that I think,
Yeah.
everything that I feel and think, and helps me step back to say, all right, you know, there's another 6 point something or 7 billion people in the world. I'm not the only one here. You know, there are different views and different ways to see it. Okay, let's go. You know, I want to get better, so.
Yeah.
But the instructional background helps me eventually get through obstacles that are emotional and mental.
Yeah.
By having simpler thoughts, by seeing everything that could possibly be. You see, when I really didn't know so much of all the possibilities there were, I felt more antsy or more, I don't know, how about less focused? Because I had too many thoughts come in, so my solos probably had way too many ideas, you know, or were just a reflection of how I felt.
Yeah.
With, at one point in my life, really not too much of a care of what anybody thought, because I was just expressing myself that day, and that was for me that moment, for me to progress and get better. But yeah, eventually, again, I'm not the only one out there, so I eventually see that what I'm playing isn't always interpreted, it's not always enjoyed, it's not always even what I would consider to be good for me. When it's me looking at me going, oh, I should have probably planned better, you know, instead of just winging it, because it helped me grow a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pluses and minuses.
Yeah.
Just trying to get better.
Yeah.
That's all. All right. I don't know how this is going to sound or how it's going to be interpreted, what I really mean versus what I'm actually saying. And I mean what I'm saying. I mean what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I use my books because I organize everything.
Yeah.
Everything's right there. I don't practice based on exercises. Every possible combination already exists for me with my binary code.
Yeah.
It's already right there. There's nothing in the book that isn't part of that.
Yeah.
Nothing. So I use that. I just use inspiration
Okay.
from where other players have taken themselves. You know, things that other players have done. I have not dedicated the same time.
Yeah.
I don't have the same passions.
Yeah.
I don't have the same love for that thing to get me through the obstacles. Because when you hit challenges and obstacles, you have to want it, or you don't get through them.
Yeah.
So I take inspiration, certainly. And but books, I just use my rhythm knowledge books and the information on my grid. I mean, because I can see what I can't play with that grid.
Yeah.
I can see all the combinations all on one page. You know, so, you know, seeing that calms me. It gives me a direction. It lets me know who I am by what I do.
Yeah.
I know what I do. I know what I don't do. You know?
Yeah.
I think that if a person has the time to assess the mechanics of this music business, you know, what is available to us for income, what is not, what is available to us to just enjoy versus income. How do you balance these? You know, really think about the differences between an avocation and a vocation. My dad always told me that, but I didn't want to listen. And I actually think that I believed that I knew what it meant and was completely understanding. Of course I knew what that meant. And of course I knew, no, I'm going to make them one and the same. But things, you learn, things change. And now, when your avocation is your vocation, you tend to make decisions based on needs and wants and art and whatever it is, this just expression thing. as opposed to, wait a minute, this is my job. This is my job. That's got to take care of my family. So how do you balance all this stuff? It's not easy for anybody to do.
Yeah.
You know, I just think it needs to be communicated, talked about, and whoever you're around or how it's working, you just talk about it. You do the best you can, you know, you try to satisfy everything. But that's been the thing on my mind, you know, and if this was 30 years ago for me, well, I'd say I wish someone sat me down and didn't let me leave the chair until I acknowledged this. You know, well, it was said to me. Did I listen? I have to get behind my drums and do my thing and express this. Oh, I have to work on this thing. How could I possibly get a job for minimum wage over here and then not work on my thing, and yet I'm running out of money? So, hi, Dad, I'm out of money. You know, that's not fair.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't play the way I play if that didn't happen. Yes, I would. There's time. There's always that passion. You figure things out.
Yeah.
This is what I think. You ask me in a year, maybe I'll change my tune, but I won't change my tune based on a relativistic situation. I'll change the way that I say this simply because I learned something that she said, you know, I wasn't right about that. I was incorrect. Sorry. My bad. I didn't know. Or if I was told, but didn't want to know. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
Yeah.
One more thing.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
In light of Bob here opening the door, you're reviewing the show tonight, right? And this is being filmed. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, you're filming. No, you're attending the clinic.
Yeah, of
Yes,
course we'll
yeah.
attend the clinic.
All right? So you're going to walk away with why I have the equipment I have, right?
Cool. Yeah.
You're going to see why it's there. And like I said earlier, be able to understand how part of this expression of mine is brought into reality from the sound. Now, without resources, I don't have my art.
Yeah.
Think about it. Without the resources, how do I have my art? I have nothing to express it, therefore it's always in here.
Yeah.
It's not brought into reality. So the equipment and the resources are absolutely vital in the link. And I'm thankful for being here. So please think about it, write about it, talk about it. It's important for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thanks a lot.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
Actually.